comrade, yes, it's me, a Yorkshireman, living in Wales. And it's sad to say, I'm going to talk about war. And as you might be aware, regardless which news sort of channels you watch, there's a bit of an issue going on with the UK and the Russians. And the latest update from me is that the Ukrainians had a meeting with the Americans, and the Americans said, we're not putting boots on the ground, you're not getting security guarantees, but what we'll do is we'll put companies in there and businesses in there. That way, by default, you're going to get security. And the Ukraine president, should I say, he turned around and says, no, we want security guarantees. At that point, the Americans, quite rightly, in my opinion, said, we're not doing it because you need to stop fighting because, and this is a key bit for me, is the Americans don't want more killing. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Hey, someone who doesn't want more killing, it's really hard to believe. And now, the situation, from what I understand, and it's my take on it, is, and I've watched a few videos on it all already, the Prime Minister, Labour Prime Minister, is saying that we must now go to war, we must be ready for war, we will put boots on the ground, and we will start funding it. That equals more killing and more death. And I don't really get that. I literally don't get that. And now, the EU, who are full of unelected people are saying exactly the same. Now, what I will start off by saying, if you are that keen on war, sign up yourself, sign your families up, and off you pop. I'm quite sure somebody will have you somewhere. Because war's a dirty business, and all I'll say, if you want to do it, you sign yourself up for it, don't speak on behalf of other people. And if you're not sure, put it to a referendum and see what people want. But you never do that, do you? No, you never do that because you know the answer would be, no, it's not good for you. And I'll now tell you to where I'm coming from with this, because I went to a funeral the other day, and it was part of my family. And then I discovered this certificate here, and it's from the Great War. Now, the Great War, bit of a dirty war, right? And it says here, and this is part of my family, Private Samuel John Cook, East Yorkshire Regiment, so there we go, we've got the Yorkshire, served with honour and was disabled in the Great War. So he wasn't killed, he was disabled. Is that what we want now? Is that we want more people to be killed? Now, as I'm going through this, I thought to myself, well, have we not learnt anything? Because I always thought governments came out with this great phrase, lessons learned. So you've had one war, then you have the Second World War, and now, of course, what are you doing? You want another war? So what have you not learnt from it? I really don't get this. And then, of course, I then go through some of the other medals, and this one here, so they've got 3 medals, which from what I can tell is like a standard thing. But this really struck me. The Great War for Civilization, 1914 to 1919. So what is this next war going to be about? I don't really understand why you want to go to war. There's a chance of peace. So have peace. And again, who's paying for it? Because I do know already what you're going to do is you're going to issue war bonds. That's the plan. And then we're all going to pay. And if someone like me seems able and ready and walking and the rest of it to say, oh yeah, you can get signed up, I'll tell you now, I'm not particularly interested. And then of course I come to the bizarre thing about all these things I've looked at doing this video channel. It's about the future for the youth. We have to save the climate for them. Right, okay, so now we've gone from climate change to creating war, which last time I looked and last time my simple understanding is not good for the planet. And also, how's that going to create a future for the youth? You see, this is the bit I have with it. Literally, you just don't know what you're on about, do you? And as people watching this, I really don't get it. You know, so on one hand you say, no, we have to save the climate for the youth. And on the other hand, you're now saying we now have to build defences and we have to attack the Russians. Why? I don't get it, because I've looked at loads of stuff. I'm relatively well read. And I see no sign of what the Russians would gain in attacking Europe. Seriously, I see no gain in it. The only gain I can see is political power. And that power being enshrined in war. Because once you start having wars, once you declare a state of emergency, you can stay in power forever. And that's what I think the game is. And I still don't get it. So again, let me just show you this certificate. Let me go back to this. Look at this here. Right, all these people gave their lives. Right? And then it happened again. And after that, I'd never forget going at school, war's bad, war's bad, war's bad. Why are we doing war? And now, of course, we come to modern day, and all the politicians who are basically on the left or liberal, for some bizarre reason, are wanting to go to war. You would have thought they'd be saying, right, let's pull away from this, let's get our country back on its feet, and let's do something. But no. You want to go to war. I'll say it again, and I've said this to many, many people. If you want war, you get on a bus, get on a plane, and you do it. Lead by example. Right, comrades, thank you for watching. Bit of a rant, but to be honest, I just can't get over it these days. Loads of families have died. Yet they're still going, oh yeah, let's kill more people. At the same time, they then say, let's have a future for the youth. Huh? Seriously. Right, comrades, yes, bit of a rant, said it again. And thank you for watching. Catch you on the other side. Thank you.